Welcome to Pick Central. My name is Martin Mush. I am joined here by Megan, Big Ev, and Clemmer. How we all doing?
Good, doing well.
Good.
It's a lovely Wednesday. Weather's nice.
Would you say this week's going fast or slow?
Both.
Exactly my answer as well. This episode, as always, is brought to you by the Barstool Sports book. Everyone here is putting their own bets on there, putting their own spin. Clemmer's doing Trusted Data JV. Big Ev's got the hit parade. Megan puts out her picks every day. I put my picks out every day. We all have specials on there. Go look at it on the Barstool Sportsbook. They have a little tab that has all our specials on there, the Barstool bets, and then they have their own little specials as well. Make sure you go download that now and take some of the bets, because yesterday we won a bet because we liked the jerseys.
Well, that's something Clemmer. Clemmer just on his high horse.
Yeah, Mrs.
Data,
High horse. Yeah, just
Data's the only thing that matters. Numbers all that matters.
uniform should matter more. You're right. Yeah.
Well,
it's a good take.
Who'd you bet yesterday?
Two of my three bets that I had up here won. So
What was the loser?
I forget.
I thought you bet against the Pirates.
I did not.
Okay, well, you've made fun of us for that, and they won. So
It was the Astros against the Cardinals.
That's what it was. Thank you.
got it. All right. First of all, little Stefan back there, I almost shit his pants before the show, yelling at us. He was yelling at us.
I heard it on this, and
Yeah, he was yelling at. It was like I felt like I was in trouble by my dad. Like it was like, tell us it works, but tell us before. It
might not work.
I know, but it was. I haven't felt like I was in trouble for that long. All right, let's get straight away into it. Last night, one of the funniest clips I've ever seen. It was truly incredible, and I always wondered if they knew about Frank or knew about this stuff. But the behind the scenes of cutting to him, we're gonna play it. Right? Can we play it?
Sticks on Frank.
Ready, A font 1. Take A font 1. Where's Frank Fleming, Robbie? Video watch 6 here. Make sure the bag's not on his head.
Make sure the bag's not on his head, they said.
Ready, 6, clean. Take 6, clean. Ready, 4. Take 4.
He's just tweeting feeble Mets.
Ready, 8.
You can fast forward. Fast forward a little bit.
Meanwhile, it's 0-0, by the way, at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Take.
Oh, right here.
Ready, 3. Take 3. Ready, 4. Ready, 6. Take 6. Ready, 4. Take 4.
In the pitch.
Oh, Robbie, go back to him.
Go back. It's not over the fence yet. Go back to him.
Take 6. Ready, 4.
He did give a high five, though, Frank.
Looked like he did. It appeared he was coming
Frank,
back from the high
this
five.
is where I'm saying there's a bunch of Frank hate. That he's a bad Mets fan, whatever. He gave a high five when they went up 1-0. And the fact that there's people in the back on SNY because Frank sits in the same seats every game that he goes to, so they know exactly where he's sitting. And and then when he hit that, he goes, "Oh, that's gonna be everywhere." Like that's what they know, that it's gonna be everywhere. It's smart when TV people do that, because it is everywhere. People want to.
The booth was all over. Shout out booth.
Yeah, it was everywhere. And I saw something because Clemmer quote tweeted it. I basically saw a guy on Twitter blaming that no players want to come to the Mets because of Frank the Tank.
Right, Frank's going to keep free agents away, which is so asinine. Stupid take. Get the fuck out of here.
Listen, I don't think he's keeping free agents away, but I don't know if he's helping. I don't think he's keeping them away. I think by no means is someone saying, "Oh God, Frank the Tank's a Mets fan. I'm not signing with the Mets."
I don't want those $60 million because
no one's saying that.
Stupid.
But maybe there's a scenario where one team's offering the same. You could say on one fan base, I'm not going to get harassed if I strike out my first at bat.
Whenever Mincy went to Ole Miss and did his video, is that in comparison? Do you think that it's the same type of deal? It's gonna deter some and attract others.
I don't know if Mincy attracted many, but he might have. He might have. He might have definitely. But Frank, Like I saw the tweet. Obviously, it's stupid. No one but in the back of my head, I was like, he really does have that much power on the Mets. If you like the Mets, if you don't like the Mets, if you like baseball, you know who Frank the Tank is.
He's the most famous sports fan in America.
That's a lie. But
no, why is that a lie?
I mean, he's not the most. Oh, you're saying
when
like
it comes
known for being a fan.
I'm with you.
That's
Per team,
fair.
he's known for the Mets. His Mets fandom is
and
the
the
number one
Devils.
fandom.
No, yeah,
compared
as
to
a
any
fan.
other team,
I meant
any
like
other
McConaughey is.
No.
I so I was thinking.
I'm saying someone known for being a fan, like
Yes.
like Fireman Ed, like
Or like
Frank's
the
way more
Marlins
Frank's
man.
up there. He's up there for sure.
I was just thinking Marlins man, but he's not really a fan.
Marlon's
He
a
just
fucking
shows up in that
loser.
fucking
I'm gonna
Yeah,
jersey.
he
say
doesn't
that.
count.
Marlon's a
He's a
loser.
clown.
Frank's more famous than Marlon, man. Go
Not even close.
both of them
Marlon's
walk
man
down
doesn't
Fifth
do
Avenue. Who gets
anything.
noticed more?
He just fucking is a weirdo and sits with.
And he's just
people.
rich, and he
Yeah, I
just
fucking
fucking
hate
buys
that.
tickets to be on camera.
If you ever put him with the fireman Eds, like the Chiefaholic guy, like
and if you only know Fireman Ed if you're a fucking Jets fan, like
license plate guy for the Giants.
Mattress
even
Mac
though
is
he's not-
big,
he's
but
not
it's
even
just
close.
that's on
Yeah.
all Houston
They got
sports.
nothing on the tank for
yeah,
sure.
there's no like normal fan. Well, Frank's not normal, but like there's no fan that is as big as him. But I do think like there is definitely, like, I can guarantee that. I can't remember his name because I keep thinking his name's Vogelfat. Vogelback.
We had a home run yesterday, by the way.
Like, I feel like when he has a bad game, he was like, fuck, I'm going to get Vogelfat all over my tweets tonight. Like, that might fuck with people.
I mean, you heard Stroman had like adamantly spoke out against him.
Yeah, he's like, he's a piece of shit. Like, and I love Frank. Frank's always right. In my opinion, Frank's the best. But I think, like, he doesn't treat them like people, and I love that kind of. Like, he's like, it's like, this is my I'm dead or alive with the Mets, and that's what a fan really is. Obviously, Frank goes overboard sometimes.
Sure.
But he's been right about the team.
Yeah, and he
If the team
cares.
was
He genuinely cares. He knows the entire roster. He follows them religiously. He loves that team. He might love it a different way than I love it because I think I'm a bit more rational with it. But he has his way.
Last year was a little bit of his where he ran into a little bit of a problem because they had 101 wins. Right. And they were like, he was a little negative towards them. And obviously was right in the playoffs. He was right about them. Just what happened.
He did predict they were going to lose the division, and he did say the Padres were going to be a matchup they couldn't survive.
They did. He did.
Right on both
counts.
right.
But
I will say though, like if anyone thinks that he's like a bad for the Mets, I just think that's an awful take because I feel like his like even though he like talks so much shit, it's coming from a place of like true love. Like you can like truly love something and hate it so much at the same time because it's so infuriating.
I think, but I also do think he loves to when they lose. I think that he knows.
Well, that's what the point I was going to lead to. He is very, very aware the Mets losing is good for business.
Yes, that's a fact.
For him, it's the
but
truth.
He is upset. Like when they you
Yes.
guys were in the stream last year, right? When they lost, were you guys with me? And he was devastated when they lost that playoff game. He was almost in tears.
We know.
He was like he wasn't happy they lost. So this whole like idea that he's happy when they lose, that's such bullshit.
It's like it's not like happy. It's more just like here
comes.
It's good for it's good for content.
That's his job.
It's good for his job.
It's good that he
like
thinks
the Mets being a perennial power does nothing for him. Content-wise, really.
If the Mets were just like just mashing daily, what would he do? Just go yay?
No, but to be honest, though, I actually would be very interested to see.
Well, it'd be funny. Well, now it would be funny now to
if,
see
like,
the
they
other
were
side.
if the Mets were the Rays this year, I would love to see.
I'm saying even farther. I'm saying imagine they went like dynasty.
Yeah,
they won like. I'm talking they won like 3 or 4.
What if he became the most positive guy in the world?
I have an answer for that. So I went to a Devils game with Frank, and I go, Frank, how come you're so rational with the Devils, but you're so crazy with the Mets? I don't understand. And he just simply didn't say a word. He just pointed at the 3 banners.
Yeah.
He goes, that's why. And it was just like, so the Mets won 3 rings. I think he would calm down.
Yeah, well, no one.
That's not happening.
Really
not happening this year.
Not many people get to see 3 rings in their life.
Yeah, you're probably right.
3's a lot.
That's where him because when he goes the Mets obviously he has the gripe with. It's when he plays like the I lose in everything where it's like I think there's a lot of fans who don't have 3 rings in their lifetime.
Dude, yeah.
If you grew up in if you're a Cleveland fan, Philly's won.
Philly's won in 08 and a Super Bowl in 17. That's it.
Well, Philly has been very.
No, it's fine. That's fine. It's
Mets fans.
Troy. I mean,
Detroit
like Minnesota.
Detroit's the problem right now.
They're like you haven't won a lot. There's a lot of cities that haven't won almost anything.
Yeah, no, a lot of people don't.
Maybe like one over the last like however many years, and that's all sports, obviously.
But yeah, no, that was just seeing all that was fantastic. And also, if you have a problem with Frank the Tank, go fuck yourself. It's very easy.
My favorite Frank is the one who can get mad at. Like I told you about yesterday. I replied to his tweet, getting furious that Ryan Seacrest is taking over Jeopardy, I believe it is, or Wheel of Fortune, which I just to me, I was cackling in my head because I was like, he is so mad that Seacrest got this job. As if I was like, when was the last time he watched Ryan Seacrest do anything?
Well, the funny thing is when I
just think that's hysterical.
I saw the tweet too, and I was like, it literally, I laughed out loud when I saw it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
I thought it was so funny.
But then I was like,
he was
kind of right though.
He's
yeah, I agree.
No, he's
Seacrest
right.
is too much.
He's right in that he's a busy guy. He does that Regis used to be on. He took over for that.
He doesn't do that anymore.
He doesn't do that anymore.
No.
So
do you guys
does he only do
remember when he
American
tried to
Idol?
high five a blind girl?
Oh, and he's on.
Are you sure he doesn't? He
You're
doesn't
like,
do that
yeah,
anymore?
now it's Kelly Ripa and her husband now.
Oh, got it. Okay.
He's on Z100 as well every day.
So he does radio.
So he's on radio every day.
So I guess if you think about it, does not doing like that.
Seacrest, if you think of one, he does like because he's always doing the
American Idol. He's been there since like day one.
Does,
Again, do you guys remember when he tried to high five a blind chick on American Idol?
My favorite
the funniest clip in the entire world.
It's my favorite clip.
Like 40 seasons, and he was bound to make a mistake.
That was early on.
It is very funny, but
I was like, "Oh, congrats, you're going to Hollywood," and it's just like, "All right, nothing's going."
Oh man.
But no, Seacrest, he does New Year's Eve. He's just the guy.
I
like,
guess that's true.
He's just always
the host. He's the host.
And like, what? Well, this is Wheel of Fortune.
Yes, he got.
All right, let's give it to somebody. Wheel of Fortune isn't the hardest thing to host. Like.
Well, if you think, I think America has two hosts. There's Ryan Seacrest and Steve Harvey. They host everything.
Yeah.
Well, he was.
I would say I prefer Steve Harvey over Seacrest.
I was just about to say. I think I'd rather
Harvey
Steve
definitely
Harvey
is funnier for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Harvey fucks up more too, and he's just
no doubt. But he like rolls with the punches though. Yeah.
Can't leave out the GOAT though, Alex Trebek. I mean, R.I.P.
There's
He's not hosting much anymore though, Colin.
Well, I said R.I.P. Clemmer. I mean,
there's four.
Have some respect.
R.I.P.
He's the greatest host ever.
Yeah.
Sajak was one.
Who?
Sajak.
Oh,
yeah.
Sajak was one, and then those two, and then the rest. There's really Bob Barker was like
He's great too.
Unbelievable.
What if we had like Nick Cannon do it instead?
Nick Cannon still, I think Wild 'N Out's still happening.
I know. It's
I like Wild 'N Out.
Wild 'N Out's kind of good still, but it's
I've always now I watch more on YouTube.
Really?
I do like Wild 'N Out. I've always been I've been like
podcast,
since like
Nick
early
Cannon.
days.
The battles are always my favorite on Wild 'N Out when people get their feelings just like absolutely crushed.
Wild style.
Drew Carey's an underrated one. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good.
Whose line is it anyway? Back in the day,
Wayne
like, that was
Brady.
You're
classic.
20 points. It doesn't matter.
Does Wayne Brady still do the show before Price is Right? Is that still happening?
I have no idea.
'Cause I used to watch The Price is Right every day at my old job, and it was awesome.
Price Right was pretty good. Remember, you're home sick from school?
Oh, yeah, because
Jerry Springer and The Price is Right.
let me tell you
I was just
something.
gonna say Jerry Springer too.
Day TV is
Oh,
one
Jerry
of the-
Springer, R.I.P. Another R.I.P. Damn.
Day cable is one of the worst things
Home from
going.
Sick TV.
There's not much. If you, when there was no Netflix or
Maury, however you say it, the best.
Yeah,
Oh, Maury
Maury,
was amazing.
Dawson's Creek,
Maury.
Jerry
sometimes
Springer.
Booze, bro. Sometimes you make me laugh, man. You're always 10 seconds
Hey,
late.
Booze, what do you think about Maury?
We said Maury, and you go Maury.
Guys, I'm doing a lot of stuff back here.
Steve
So.
Wilkos, big Steve Wilkos guy.
Yeah.
I liked Mark Summers from Double Dare. I was kind of hoping he.
Who the
Oh.
fuck is Mark Summers?
Double
know-
Dare.
I
You ever
actually
saw
did-
Double Dare?
Oh,
as a
I knew
kid?
what Double Dare was, but I didn't know.
I don't
Mark-
remember
I'm
the
aware of
hook.
it. I didn't really watch it though.
Double Dare was awesome. No, that you're not that
Your
old.
older listeners know.
You're not that old. Double Dare was sick.
I know. I'm
Well,
aware
you
of
are
it.
old,
Yes.
but Double Dare was awesome. I didn't know Mark Summers. I didn't know who that
the
was.
host. Yeah, he's great. He was like funny. Like Ryan Seacrest is too like fake to be the host.
You know who was gonna become the biggest host? Remember that trivia thing that the whole world was playing every day?
Oh,
Must Be a
the
No,
what's it called?
Oh,
What's
the
something IQ
HQ.
or
Oh, yeah, HQ.
something. Yeah.
that guy.
It was Scott something.
Yeah.
Scott
Scott
Wajowski or
Raganowski.
yeah,
And
something
I
like
saw
that.
him this
The Mets
morning. He like was working a register on TikTok, and he was like asking trivia questions to people. So he's still going with the trivia thing.
Yeah,
And then what? Next, Jeff D. Lowe?
I think Clemmer was going to say he did Mets stuff too.
Jeff D. Lowe.
Has anybody else ever wanted to be in the taxi where it starts like freaking out?
Cash Cab?
Yeah, Cash Cab, that one.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be
I
in
would
Cash Cab.
suck at that, but I would love to do that. Like, that's such a fun idea. Did
And
they
imagine
actually
just
not
kick you out in
know?
the pouring rain.
Did they
Just like,
not know it was Cash Cab before?
I don't believe in it.
No way.
Yeah, no way, right?
There's no way. That's why I don't understand like the Impractical Jokers. There's no way those people can do these jokes.
Those are the worst.
Like, there's just no way that can everyone knows them.
I would think at this point, yeah. I think that's why
There's
they had
no
to
way
stop.
they're going out and being like.
They would have to be like disguised and shit. I think like later on.
Yeah. If you want to call, we could put up the number as well for the show. We'll do some calls today. Talk MLB. NHL draft is tonight or tomorrow night. I know Connor Bedard is going, and that's all that I can give you about the NHL draft. And I want to talk about a little NBA because I saw Tobias Harris's comments, and it's just these players got to stop. You know, let's talk about it now. So Tobias Harris, if we could, I know you guys are doing so much back there. There's a clip of Tobias Harris talking to the media about crumble cookies.
Well, so I didn't see. What did he initially say that sparked the crumble cookies thing?
I think it was more just about like trading him. So here,
okay.
It was like,
Do y'all like crumble cookies?
Never had it.
They're fine.
I don't know if I've had it either.
I don't think that they're that great for everyone saying how good they are. And Ev, your beard starts back.
I don't think we
like
can play the clip, Marty.
You can't play it?
Okay.
It's coming.
Okay.
Working.
Well, the clip was basically people like he was said like casuals would trade me for a crumble cookie because there was people saying like we're not going to trade Tobias, like we need to trade him, and he was basically like they would trade me for a crumble cookie even though I am a 6'9", someone who can score, defend the best player on the other team, and so on and so forth. Like he kept going on about how good he is. I think Tobias Harris is very good. I think he is. I don't think he fits in on that team. I just don't think I think his role is not great for that team.
Well, I think his biggest problem is he was overpaid.
He was definitely overpaid.
It's not that he's bad. It's like in relative to his contract.
He's not a max player.
No,
for
not even close.
But I think he's a good piece for teams, like a very good piece that can win you a championship. I don't think that the Sixers use him well. That's just my opinion. I don't think that his dad came out saying that he was like, the dad's got to stop. The dads don't need to speak up besides OBJ's because he was open. That was good film breakdown.
So funny. That video is one of my favorites.
Have you seen that one?
I don't know if I have.
It was when he left the Browns, or when he was like basically his dad literally made somebody made like a montage of all the times he was wide open that Baker didn't throw him the ball. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
It was
like he was like wide open
constant.
sometimes. He goes,
it's him just like
wide open.
Odell just even like this in the middle of the field. Give me the ball, and just the ball never comes. It's so funny. And then he just won the Super Bowl. Immediately.
These players, I know it's hard because, listen, we're on the internet as well, and people come after us. Nonstop, being like they could do our job. We suck. We should be fired. Blah blah. But you just cannot. You can't let them get to you, especially an NBA player. You're getting millions. We're getting paid shit, and it doesn't get to me. You know what I mean? Like we're not getting $200 million. You just don't listen to these fans where it's like, I know it's easier said than done, but bro, don't. Once you respond, you're done. You
are cooked as soon as you say something back.
Done.
That's it. That's it.
Unless you're Russell Westbrook, like actually fighting them in the stands, like
I would do.
Did
you see the people coming for Stephen Che last night after his tweet?
Oh, the Ryan Mallett.
Yeah, that was an insane tweet.
That was crazy.
That's a great memory he had of the man.
It's Che, but also like
championship memory.
Che just doesn't. That's just. I mean, because we know Che.
Genuine.
It's genuine, but it's also you just can't tweet that. But that's
you
Che.
know what? I don't know that he can't. I think he did, and he got.
No, in this day, everyone's like, "Oh, he just passed away." Like, don't talk about his Madden. But I know he actually, truly was upset yesterday. That's why I was.
Oh no, he was.
That's why I was like, "Oh, of course, Che's."
I literally was talking about
like,
Hurricane Katrina in 2005, and he was like, "How is that a bad year? The hit stick came out." I'm like,
that was all time.
Okay,
that was all time.
Let me tell you, the worst thing that Twitter has done is go up a little bit for a second. The 3.3 million views thing. the worst thing anyone's ever done, because every bot just goes 3.3 million views, 3,000 likes, loser. Like everyone is that one.
Crazy.
Mincy goes, oh, viral again.
Yeah, he's like 10 million views. You look at the views, it's like 2 million. It's like, all right, well, I don't know if that's it. But yeah, Che, that's a one of a kind guy. You know, that's just a guy that he loves Madden, and that's how.
That's a guy that you can't take his job. No matter how much shit you say on the internet, you can't be Che.
No, you can't break him. But
do you guys agree with the other stuff? Like, as a player, you just can't. It depends. If you do it in funny, if you're trolling back, maybe it has to be very funny. But like, you can see that Tobias Harris was visibly upset and was like, "They would trade me for a crumble cookie. I can guard the best player. This, and it's like, we know you're good, but fans get upset because you guys have had this team for so long and haven't done anything with it. You know, so. I don't know. I think you just have to understand that. No?
Yeah, part of being professional is not letting that stuff ideally get to you, especially if you are Tobias Harris and you're making that amount of money. But it might be.
Listen, it could get to you though. Like, I think that's where people also get like, people are human. Like,
right.
When you say mean things to people, it's still going to hurt their feelings. I don't care. Everyone says it doesn't get to them. At one point, it gets to people.
But, like LeBron being the best player, but yet everyone's telling him he's bald. That's why he sprays shit on his head.
Yes, like LeBron James, basically everyone in the world would trade lives with LeBron James. And he's still spraying like black spray paint on his head so he can feel on his ball. And let me tell you, I wear hats too, LeBron. I understand.
Would you spray stuff on your head?
No. I actually...
You can try it just for some content.
I don't wear a hat a lot now when I'm out of the office.
Really?
Yeah, I look like a drug dealer, basically. I slick my hair back, and I think it looks fantastic.
Good for you.
But I also like hats.
I can embrace it, Marty.
Yeah. But yeah, you just can't let these fucking people get to you.
You just tell the fans to go fuck themselves every now and then.
But that's fine.
I kind of appreciate it. That's pretty much what he did.
No, but like
he said, the casuals would trade me for a crumble cookie.
Yeah, but then he kind of went on like idiots. It sounded like he was whining almost. Like I feel like if he was just like, "You think I give a fuck what the fans think?" and just don't all you say. Don't say how much money you make.
Even though I kind of just said to say that, when you say it out loud, it sounds worse almost.
Think so?
Well, then you're you're like antagonizing the fans. I think it's more like a.
I think if he went like, user 7486 told me that I'm better than Crumble Cookie, you think I give a shit? Like that's, I don't know. I think.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Because I'm sure.
I think just calling anyone a casual is a good diss anyway. Like calling someone a casual is like an NBA player. I mean.
Let me tell you something. That is something that gets to everybody. Calling someone a casual. Because especially when you know you're not, and like you're watching. Like if someone calls me a casual Yankee fan, sometimes I'm like, I'm fucking watching the game right now, and then I'm like, all right, calm down, Mom.
I'm telling you, I truly believe that really started for MMA.
Yeah,
that's it is a huge because I think this sport's very like, obviously it's a newer sport. It's starting to get very mainstream now, but it's been like niche-ish.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the hardcore fans have been around for a long time. They try to gatekeep the sport.
Oh, they for sure do.
So like if you started watching in like there's guys who started watching like 2013. Like if you're like a McGregor guy, which is like a lot of people like me and Marty's age, kind of like he brought a lot of people to the sport. People call you a casual, and it's like waving around a gun, calling MMA people casual. Like people, it's so funny. They get very upset.
I actually like
very upset.
I love being a casual for UFC. Like I don't like that. I like the way I pop in and out sometimes. It's nice.
I enjoy it.
But you're like a casual in the like not like a diss sense. Like you don't like.
I don't pretend to know.
Really watch it. Yeah.
I don't pretend to know. I watch McGregor. I watch the big fights.
Yeah. And I would say that's like truly what a casual fan is. What?
You gonna fight?
We'll see. Not in 2023. I don't think.
What the fuck's wrong with this guy?
He does whatever he wants.
Yeah, but like, come on.
I don't. It's definitely interesting. I don't know. I hope he fights like early 2024. That seems to be the case. Also, Michael Chandler was like the nicest guy in the world. So, and I'm a fan of his in general. But after
I know Tommy was jerking him off last night.
It's hard.
He kept texting me. He's like, Michael Chandler's my boy. I'm like,
he really is. He's a
great guy. Yeah.
It's hard to not like him. So for his sake too, I'd love to see him get that fight and get a massive payday as well. And I think it would just be an awesome fight.
When was McGregor's last fight? Was it Poirier?
Yeah, it was Poirier that when he broke his leg.
Yeah.
So that was last. So it's been like over a year at least.
Been a while.
That fight was July.
It's been I think it was
Or
2
did he
years.
fight? No, did he fight? He fought July and then January. So yeah, it's been like over a year and a half.
Because he fought the day, like the first day on my of Barstool, whenever it was the home run or like that same night, whenever it was the home run derby, like 2 years ago was I think
that was when he fought him the first time of the spare, the second time, and then he fought him the third time in January.
Third time was when he broke his leg, right?
Yeah, that was January.
Yeah,
a year and a half.
Before we get to some calls, I want to talk to you guys about NASCAR. NASCAR's first ever street race is in the heart of Chicago. The biggest names in NASCAR will battle on Sunday, July 2nd for 100 laps in the NASCAR Cup Series inaugural Grant Park 220. Drivers will be tested on unprecedented 12-turn Chicago street course running through iconic Grant Park. 2-day music festival featuring the Chainsmokers, Miranda Lambert, the Black Crowes, and Charlie Crockett. Chicago Street Race, July 2nd, 5:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC. NASCAR's a sneaky summer sport that doesn't get talked about enough. That's very fun to watch. It's like golf, baseball, NASCAR is summer, right?
The smog's made its way to Chicago. Hopefully it clears up between now and then.
Are you going?
I don't know. I think possibly. We were talking about it at the office.
How do you like in Chicago so far?
It's beautiful. I mean, it's been great. I just got back from Nashville, which was another NASCAR destination, which supposedly was a great time. But right now it's the air quality is like shit because the Canadian wildfire stuff's finally getting to us.
Yeah, my mom texted me today, was like, is the smoke back? And I'm like, what do you mean it's back? Is it supposed to be back?
Yeah, we're in like the purple air quality. I don't know.
What's good with Canada? Like, what are they doing?
What's good, Canada? Let's throw some
Why do they get
hands.
their shit together? Why are they fucking us over?
The trees is just fucking on fire,
Shape
man.
up,
Lightning strikes.
I'm pretty sure I walked out and Clemmer told me like this is from Canada or somebody did. We were going to across the street and I thought he was fucking with me. I'm like, I'm not that stupid. How would the smoke be from Canada? And it just turns out it was.
Invading us.
We have to talk about the Yankees last night.
We're gonna get to baseball.
I mean, 27 minutes in here. Like,
yeah, we're gonna get
Yankees
to baseball.
lost the A's.
All right. Relax. You sound like someone in the chat. Where's the sports? We're coming.
Well, no, I mean,
Actually,
I got Marty and Ev here.
Yeah, well,
and the Yankees lost to the A's last
How many
night.
times does the chat not want us to talk about baseball? Yeah, about the Yankees. You know, it's not awful.
The summer is tough because it's people they don't want to hear only baseball. But baseball's all that's going on. It's a tough balance.
Tough too when the team loses to the A's too.
Lost to the A's.
I mean, we lost game 1 of 162.
Well, it wasn't the first game though.
It was one game of
Oh,
162.
it's true. It was.
Big F.
To the A's.
Did
Maybe the worst team in baseball history.
The Cubs win last night?
They did not.
Oh,
They got
Missing
smoked.
Tyon pitched.
Got smoked.
oh,
By the
all right.
Phillies.
They did.
37-40.
Booze is so excited to chime in. The Phillies, they won a game.
No, the Phillies are very good, and right now, and Tyon is the worst pitcher in the staff.
Listen, I think that the Yankees we've said this. They can't hit. Their pitching's incredible. They can't hit. They're gonna stay at 7 to 8 games over 500.
They won't stay there, and I
going
have some
to.
numbers to back it up if you want.
There's
Uh-oh.
actually no numbers you can tell me what they're gonna do at all.
Well,
You
I
can tell me what they're doing
they have
now.
been doing this past month, and it's not good. Do you know who scored the lowest runs of any baseball team the entire month of June?
I feel
Probably
like I
the
can guess
Yankees.
it.
It'd be the New York Yankees. That can't continue.
But you actually know like that makes me feel better about the team
Yeah, me
Why?
as well.
because there were 7 games above 500 when we've had the worst month we've
You
ever
guys
had.
are terrible without Aaron Judge.
Yeah, but you're just
You're
showing
getting that
us-
7 games is because you had Aaron Judge in your team for what 49, 39 games this year. That's
39.
why you've been able to have such a good record. You look at your record without Judge; it's not very good.
I get it, but like we've been
that's gonna
so
continue.
bad, and it's like, all right, we're still in the playoffs. We'll be fine.
I don't think if you don't get Judge back, you're not making the playoffs.
We're gonna make the playoffs.
I'll basically.
I'm giving you numbers here of why you're not. So explain to me
see-
why you are. I'm
But
confused.
I think Clemmer. I think what the problem is, I think you do this thing with numbers where you act like it's just fact, which numbers in general are fact, correct?
Right.
But you use numbers in the sense like
runs.
But I'm saying like why even play the games if the numbers just determine everything?
Let me ask you a
Why
question.
even play the
I'm
games?
listening to you today. I'm not going to argue.
If your numbers are going to dictate outcome, then why do we even play the games?
I'm not.
You play the games because you have to at least see what's going to happen. The numbers do give you a bearing on what probably will happen.
I'm listening to you today. I'm not going to argue with you today. So the Cubs, as I'm looking at.
Keep going back to the Cubs.
No, this is what I'm.
Because of one game.
No, but I'm going to look though. I'm looking at
Go
the
ahead, go
numbers.
for it.
I'm looking at the numbers.
Look at their record in June.
They're 4 games out of first place. That's a number. Am I wrong?
It's a number.
It's a number.
4 is a number.
And a number is that they're 3 games under 500.
It is.
Also a number.
That's a number. So in my calculations,
You guys
they're
are
not gonna
so
make-
fucking
they're
stupid.
not going to make the
You
playoffs.
guys are both so fucking dumb. It's amazing how stupid you both are. It really is.
It's a numbers.
No,
it's
but like,
4 and 3, not a
I
number.
mean, I know
Five
I've
numbers.
trolled you obviously there.
It
but,
is
like,
wild though.
the Yankees, like, they're going to make the playoffs.
Why?
Dude,
Because
Explain
of
to
the
me
Yankees,
why.
Clemmer, that's
they're going
why.
to trade for
The Yankees,
somebody.
Because you're the Yankees.
Oh, they're
27
going
rings.
to trade for
27
somebody.
exactly. Other than the yo, bro, look at my rings. What is the
They're
reason?
going to trade for somebody, and
Ooh!
I can guarantee the Yankees. trade for
Give me
somebody.
some names. Who's available? We talked about this before we went on the show.
I just said that.
Because the wild card, there are so few
That
sellers.
is going to be tough. That is.
So who are they going to trade for? You
But-
can't just say random shit.
Okay, so tell me that's not random shit. The Yankees get someone every year. You dumb fuck.
Who are they going to get?
We talk Goldschmidt.
Give me a name!
Goldschmidt. There's a what?
Okay, that's fine. Go
Okay, there's a name. There you go. I don't know who they're going to get. I'm not the fucking GM, but the Yankees are
Who are
not
you willing to give
idiots.
up?
They're going to be able to get people. That's what the
You're
Yankees
going to have to
do.
give up a lot to get Paul Goldschmidt. There's a lot of teams
fine.
that want him.
How old is Paul Goldschmidt? Like 48?
No, he's a little younger than that.
Are you so you
But he only has a year and a half left on the contract, so it wouldn't be it's not like Arenado if you
Oh,
get
I'm
him.
sorry,
I don't
why
think it would be a haul, but I don't think it would be as much as people think.
You think the
Don't
Yankees
you think that
are,
Goldschmidt wants to end out as a Cardinal with all of the other old men on that team?
Well, there's less old men now that Pujols and Molina are gone. The thing with Goldschmidt is he's going to be a free agent after next year anyway, so I doubt he's going to stay with St. Louis. That would be an ideal guy to go get, but the problem is you have 8 other teams that want him.
So you think the Yankees are going to not trade for anybody?
I think they will, but I'm curious to see who they can go get. There aren't a lot of
They're gonna
options.
Get somebody. Judge will be back in fucking August, and we'll
The
be
Yankees
completely
always
fine.
figure it out is what they're telling you.
I
Connor.
think
They
that
do.
is
And that's
an
like
idiotic way of looking at stuff, honestly.
But history has shown
If you're
that.
a Mets
no,
fan,
he doesn't look at history.
No, I
History has shown that the Yankees
No,
always
he doesn't
figure it
look at
out.
history.
they don't always figure it out. They haven't been to the World Series in 14 years.
But they always make the playoffs.
Yeah, that we're talking about the
we
playoffs.
do know that.
Just
fact.
because
Yes,
someone made the
yes.
playoffs 7 years ago doesn't mean they'll make the playoffs now.
7 years ago.
They made it last year and the year before that. The year
That's
before
Great,
that.
you made it last year. You guys had Aaron Judge at 62 home runs last year.
Correct. 62. A
Right.
lot.
He's not going to play. He might not play in 62 games this year.
But we're talking about making the playoffs, and you said in the World Series, like where you said they won't make the playoffs without them. We are saying they
Well, I
will
keep hearing
trade
they always
them.
figure it out, but then they can't always figure out enough to get to the World Series. So, where's the goal?
No, you said they won't make the playoffs, and we said they will figure
If
it
they
out
continue
and make the playoffs.
having the lowest runs in Major League Baseball for another month, they're going to be in really bad shape. That's a really bad thing to happen. This isn't rocket science. I'm not
No.
using some crazy analytic. It's runs.
We're just like telling you that you don't listen to anything we say.
But
Isn't
you're not
that
making
right?
any sense.
Well, but
What?
if you don't bring up like you brought up one stat, I get it. They haven't hit well with Judge. We've said that. We made that very clear.
Yeah, we agree.
Like,
we
no one's
understand.
disputed that.
We get that.
You're just saying like they have
But,
they have no
then in
chance
the next breath,
to.
you say they're going to be fine.
Yes, because they're going to figure it out as they always.
I mean, well, if we want to get real data, there's regression and progression's a big thing, correct?
Sure.
like
I mean, it really can't. So in the theory of data, it really can't get much worse, correct?
and there
Well, it
is
can
a-
get worse.
I
The
mean,
regression's happening in real time.
It
Look
can't.
at
Lowest-
Giancarlo
he scored
Stanton.
the lowest
Look at
amount in
DJ
baseball.
It's
LeMahieu.
also
Worse.
June, Clemmer. It's June. You got to give time for everyone to
It's
get
also
their shit
physically
together.
impossible.
We're at the
It's only
halfway
June.
point.
It's physically impossible.
only
to get worse.
June.
They're the last.
You got
team,
the
so
good
it's-
No, you
teams
can't
kick
get
it
worse.
up.
You can score less runs next month.
No, but they'd still be
Good
lower.
teams will kick it
Right,
up.
but they would have less runs. That would be worse. I think they scored 67 this month, something like that. If they score 50, that's worse.
Yeah, but the thing is, like whenever we say something,
Also,
you're
it'll
like,
be there's a week off this coming month. So
How
that'll
about
change
if the
things.
Yankees don't make the playoffs, Marty? You have to shave your beard, and if not, Clemmer has to shave off his hair and eyebrows.
I'm not doing that. I think I'm not saying the
Love what
Yankees
she's thinking.
won't make
yeah,
the playoffs.
That's a good. I like what you're thinking. 'Cause the
Just
Yankees are
imagine
gonna
that-
like.
I'm not saying the Yankees will not make the playoffs. I'm saying they're in big trouble, and if they don't make moves soon, they're going to be in really bad shape. Last night was a perfect example. Great bullpen, good starting pitching, and they lost to the A's.
Oh, we get it. Again, I
That's
I
a
watched
real
the
issue.
game.
Giancarlo Stanton, you owe him $110 million. He is not a major league player right now. He's horrendous.
I mean, not a major league
That's
player. I
just,
think
now
it's
we're just throwing. That's insane.
there's not hitting well, and there's
You
not. being a
understand his
major league
stats,
player.
Clemmer. It doesn't mean you're
Look
not
at
a major
numbers.
league
These last
hitter.
156 games, he's batting
Yeah, like
200.
what?
Yes, that's not a major league player. Thank you, Ev. It's exactly right.
He's a major league player, dude.
Yeah,
what are
I
you
mean, when it's
talking
like,
about?
that's what I'm saying. Like, we get so outlandish with these takes.
Dude, you
Not
can't.
outlandish if you you hit 200, you shouldn't be in the majors.
Oh my God.
Is that a crazy take?
I mean, but is in this new age of like,
He's not. He's
on base percentage is more important. And
look at his on base. It ain't great. It's under 300 in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's not great, but say
it's
the guy
not a major league
with
player
that much pop in his bat.
He's only on this team because he's being paid an insane amount of money.
Dude,
if he was making a minimum
Giancarlo
salary,
Stanton
he would not be on the major league roster.
Giancarlo Stanton would start on any team.
He would not start. He would not be on rosters if he was not making $30 million a year.
So dumb. I love you, Clement, but this is
Cooper. Help me out here. I mean, I need someone with any brains. This is insane.
I think this.
You guys think if someone has a fancy name, that all of a sudden means that they get carte blanche?
Fancy name? What does that mean?
His name is Giancarlo Stanton. You guys know him. You guys, he's
name.
good. He can play anywhere. He shouldn't play for any team.
Okay.
I haven't been following baseball at all this year, but I kind of agree with Clemmer.
That's
I mean, yeah, but the guy that does.
No way to say I don't know.
I mean, the only thing is at this point is you just plug him in as a DH somewhere. Like you don't really have to worry about him playing.
But dude,
we make fun of Vogelback. Vogelback's a better hitter than Stanton right now.
Shut up for a second, Colin. You know that he would not teams would take Giancarlo Stanton.
I mean, yeah, teams would take him. Teams would take anyone.
It's not even a question.
Yeah.
There's
his
way
WAR,
worse.
by the way, this year minus .4.
Dude,
he's not. That is not a major league. That's not someone that should be on a major league roster.
Men lie, women lie. Numbers
so
don't.
anyone under 200 should not be in the major leagues.
He's batting 184.
Answer the question.
No, let me explain this. He's batting 184 with an on base of 244, a slugging of 377 this year. That should not be in the major leagues. Full stop.
Marty, do you think you could hit better than Stanton right now?
No. I cannot, because Stanton is
you owe him $110 million.
Okay, I don't owe him shit. I owe him $0.
We owe him nothing. Right? We don't owe him
about the money. When people say that stuff, it's not my fucking money.
You have
all the money in the world.
They won't go over the luxury tax. They don't like to do that. So there is a cap.
I don't.
So if he's making $30 million of that money allotted, you're gonna have less money to spend on good players.
Oh my God! It's just like you can't have an argument with you because
you don't make any sense.
How do I not make sense? You said Giancarlo Stanton shouldn't play for any baseball team. That's the dumbest fucking thing you could.
He should not be on a major league roster.
You don't know anything about baseball. Then it's just a fact. You don't. Just because you look at numbers doesn't mean that you know fucking baseball. He would play on any fucking team. Any team would take him.
They would not take him.
Oh my!
If you traded him right now at his salary, you'd have to eat you'd have to eat everything. No one would want him.
I bet the A's would.
No, they wouldn't.
The Royals.
The A's would pay him $30 million.
The A's aren't interested in good players.
Are you okay back there? You think the A's would pay him $30 million?
I'm trolling.
The A's aren't interested in good players.
Are you
John
okay?
Carlos has not been playing like a good player, but I think to just totally like I said, it's been very clear he hasn't played well. We get it. I mean, but it's just totally like write him off. It's just like a zero.
To say.
Throw him in the trash. Obviously, we owe him a lot of money. Like he's hit well in the playoffs for us. He's had clutch hits. That's where the Yankees really like that. To us, like the Yankees, like getting the playoffs is one thing. Like we want championships. Is this team built to win a championship right now? No, obviously not. I mean, but I think if Judge gets healthy, we make some moves at the deadline. I think it's possible. I also think you're giving a little flack to Martin, I guess me as well, that we don't like. Obviously, it's still a little bit away. It's getting close, but it's still a little bit away from the trade deadline. We don't know exactly who's going to be available right now. Like that'll be more fluid over the next coming weeks.
Sure.
And you really start to figure that, like, really start making those moves and start figuring out. Like, I think I would imagine we're going to be aggressive with the deadline. I would think on some level.
We always do.
The exact players we're going to get, I'm not sure. I'd imagine a starting arm potentially, definitely a bat or two is definitely a need for sure.
But if you look at those standings, there aren't many teams that are out of it. There aren't many.
By the time
I think
of August,
August the deadline's passed, so you have to.
But I think too. I think you'll be. I guess we'll see. But I think there's some teams who. This year, I'll grant you it's a little different because I think there's some young up and coming teams, and those teams, even though they probably are not equipped to win a championship this year, are usually not going to be sellers, which is fair. Totally fair point. Totally fair. I see that and I get it. But I do think there could be some sneaky teams who maybe over the next couple weeks, if they maybe fall off a little bit, or maybe there's some teams who, obviously we've discussed like the underwhelming teams like the Cardinals and some teams like that who we'll see what happens with them. But I think there will be some teams who either fall off a little bit, or maybe are sellers that we don't realize that they decide to take a step back and realize, hey, like we're doing well up to this point, but we're not going to win a championship this year realistically. We'll see though. We'll see what happens over the next few weeks or so. But I think, like I said, it'll get more fluid as the time comes.
What about Lindor?
What about him?
You pay
He'd
him
be on a major league roster.
$300 million.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he has a WAR over 2, I believe.
And bats 222 when you pay him $300 million. Maybe we shouldn't. He wouldn't be on any other team.
Well, he would be, and I can explain why. See, now you're just being stupid. And
no,
shitty,
because you
do best.
No, you're being shitty because
I can explain about Lindor, but you don't want to.
No, I don't care a fuck what you have to say about him because you can't I'm not gonna sit here and we're not. We both agree. Me and Big Ev agree that Stanton is not playing well.
He's horrible. He's been horrible, but I wouldn't kick him to the curb.
If you say he is not a Major League Baseball player,
not a Major League Baseball player,
you're the dumbest human being I've ever met.
Okay,
and that's just a fact.
You ever think maybe I'm right? Pretty smart guy.
No, bro. No. You haven't been that right about things either.
Okay.
What have you been right about?
I'm having so much fun right now.
What have you been right about?
What have I been right? I said at the beginning of the year how Stanton was going to be pretty horrible this year, and he's actually been beneath my expectations.
Okay, and you've been a lot wrong about other things.
What have I been a lot wrong about? You keep saying this. What am I wrong about?
I mean,
a lot wrong.
We know the Mets.
The Mets. I was wrong about the Mets this year.
There you go. You said what I was wrong about.
I was absolutely wrong about the Mets.
There we go. All right, Dale, how we doing, baby?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, dude?
I got a question. Oh, I got 3 topics. I actually got a half hour of content if you want it. The first one is Tobias Harris. Do you think the Bucks bring him back?
The who?
He said the
Bucks bring back Tobias Harris.
The Tobias is a Sixer.
Yeah, I know. Do you think the Bucks get him back? They maybe make you guys stay and they trade him for crumble cookies. Maybe we sign and trade Middleton. We got a lot of process to move the Bucks. Let's bring him back to Milwaukee.
Wasn't he a Clipper?
He was, but he started in Milwaukee.
He's been a few. Well, I'm sure you're a Bucks fan. You would want him back over a Middleton?
Well, I think we're going to lose Middleton either way. And yeah, he can replace a lot of the things Chris does.
That's fair. I just feel like they're gonna. I would think that someone they'd scratch and claw to keep Middleton if they can. I just see him. I think he's much better than Tobias Harris in my opinion.
Just one closeout comment. All right. I honestly miss Tobias every day since the Bucks left him. I think even we could let Brooke and Chris walk and bring back Christian Wood, Tobias, and a handful of players, and or trade all of our junk and our draft picks for just Tobias and keep everybody.
Now is that so? The losing Lopez and Middleton for like Christian Wood. Is that something you prefer, or is that something? Or you just think that you're hearing that it looks like Lopez is going to?
I'm like red alert. We got to keep Giannis right now.
So you really think things are going that south for the Bucks? Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really? Where are you? I'm genuinely curious. I'm a big Giannis fan. I like the Bucks as they're constructed. Is this just like what are you hearing a lot of this from? I'm genuinely curious. I'm not like trolling or anything. I'm asking.
No, absolutely. I I personally think that it's just the vibe of the state and the vibe of the city is that we're doing what we do to every superstar we've ever had, is just running them out.
I just think,
and we're looking at it happen right in Green Bay, right in front of us. So we're all like, oh my God, do we need to keep this guy? And if we're not just paying Chris already, who's his best friend, I think we're on the verge of we need to make some moves to make the team better. Or if Chris just walks, it's over.
No, that would be tough. I would give you the benefit of that with the Packers. I mean, you guys had a great run with Rodgers. It was a long time, but I don't know. I just feel like I guess just from the outside looking in as an NBA fan, I'd be really surprised if they'd be so willing to just blow up that team. I mean, they just won a championship 2 years ago with pretty much the same core they have. I think they're obviously losing the series to the Heat was brutal. Obviously, losing as the 1 seed favorite was tough. But
then why aren't these guys signed? My biggest thing is that we are owned by the Haslams right now. They don't want to spend any money anymore.
Fair, I guess.
It's over.
But you really think there's no chance they make it the re-sign
I think
Middleton?
we're done spending. I think the new ownership is done spending. I think we lost John Horst. I just think it's going to be brutal.
That'd be I guess I didn't look into it as much as them purely Middleton. That'd be surprising to me. I guess that'd be unfair.
But imagine they'd be paid already and brought back if they were coming back. It's just I think we're going to cut back on our spending. We're going to run our team like the Browns run their team now. I think it's on the downturn for the Bucks.
I guess as a Knicks fan, I hope you're right, and as just a fan of the state of Milwaukee or the city of Milwaukee, I hope not for your sake. That's crazy. I didn't. I guess it was something I hadn't really. I knew it was possible, but I guess in my head I hadn't like fully like considered it because I just really felt like that core is so strong they would just do whatever they could to keep it.
Before we keep going, and I have some breaking news. The exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports is Game Time. Created by fans for fans, Game Time is the ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. Me and Clemmer went to a Yankees-Mets game. Big Ev's been to UFC fights. I'm going to Drake in July. I can't wait.
I am too.
You are?
Yeah.
Let's go. It's possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you can never buy. That was the Drake tickets that Game Time has hooked us up. The purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds, and once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text, which is way bigger than people think, because that's a pain in the ass sometimes, and Game Time makes it so easy to do. Download the Game Time app or go to the website, enter your email, and redeem code PICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app or go to gametime.co. Enter your email, redeem code PICKS to $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. The breaking news is that the Colts cornerback Isaiah Rodgers and a handful of NFL players are expected to receive season-long suspensions this week for allegedly gambling.
Well, he was a part of the initial wave, correct? Like when they said it was them and some like Lions players like Jameson Williams, and that was one of them.
No, it was a few Lions players, right?
Isaiah Rodgers, I believe I believe he wasn't that initial crop. I could be mistaken, but I thought he was.
You're right.
Because my understanding with some of the Detroit players was, you are allowed. It was they bet on other sports. You are allowed to bet on other sports, but there's something really dumb was that they were physically in the Lions facility, which I guess that is a no-go. You aren't allowed to place bets on essentially the Lions or whatever team you play versus property, is my understanding of what happened.
Yeah.
They also were claiming at that time, which was months ago, that those type of suspensions would be like maybe like 6 games instead of like a season, as opposed to someone who bet on actual NFL games. But it sounds like a few guys did bet NFL games, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
it doesn't sound like it was a game that they were playing in or anything, but
right.
They bet on NFL regardless, which is a no-no, apparently.
I think that it depends on what players it is. I think that's a big thing. I think that there's players that probably have gambled and are bigger names, and they probably will not. I think they wouldn't suspend them if they were bigger names.
I mean, Ridley was a pretty big name.
Yeah, but
that's a good point.
He was a very good player. Very good
player.
He was a first-round pick.
I understand he's good. I understand.
It was a weird situation that he had left on his own for mental health reasons, and then it happened during that time. So that made it, I think, a little different. But he's a very good player. I mean,
I feel like as long as your team isn't like throwing games, like I'm sorry, like look at Pete Rose. Like, he fucking sucked, and he's he was Michael Jordan sucks. Like all of these guys,
right?
Yeah, but the problem with Pete Rose was the manager, though. You can't have a manager betting.
Wasn't he betting on his team?
He was.
Yes, but not every day.
He was losing.
Well, yes, he was. But the problem was he wasn't betting every day. So he'd bet on, say, Monday and use his best relievers. He wouldn't bet on Tuesday.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Oh, that's fair. No, it's fair.
But my thing is, I just feel like people are terrible gamblers. So as long as you're not throwing a game, like I don't think it's that crazy.
I know. I agree with the principle you're trying to make, because I've been on record, like, in theory, I don't think, like, if we took the best or like some of the best NFL handicappers like in the country, I think they would smoke like an NFL. I think they would, in terms of picking games, you could pick the smartest guys on NFL rosters right now in their own games. I think they'd pick better than them. Yeah. I genuinely believe that. I think
100%.
Gambling on the sport with spreads and everything is a whole different ballgame. It's totally different.
Let's get these couple guys in because they've been waiting. Our guy, Dakuchi. What's going on, man?
Not much, fellas. Sorry about the fire. The smoke from the fires up here in Canada. We just can't get them under control. I'll be quick. I know time's running out. I got Tom Murphy of the Seattle Mariners under 0.5 hits at plus 150. I played it at the Square Bet up here in Canada. You can play it at the Barstool Sports book as well. Big-time pinch hit threat. He's been subbed out in 6 of his last 16 starts. He's a reverse split guy. He's hitting only 232 on the season, but against lefties like he's facing today, he's hitting 195 with only one home run on the season so far. So I just think this guy's going to be batting low in the order. He usually bats 7th or 8th. We're not going to probably see him get 4 at-bats, and he's also pretty high likelihood of him getting pinch hit for as a 3rd time through the order. So at plus 150, I feel like this is a pretty good number. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks for having me on, as always.
Good data.
Clemmer got
a sounds like someone Clemmer can get behind.
DeCucci's one of our best callers.
That's a great one. I also love the fact he's saying how the guy Murphy's getting subbed out.
No, shout out to Cucci.
Shout out.
Used to call him all the time. Professional caller.
Sure.
Professional caller. Love that.
Also, shout out Booze for how he spelled the Coochie.
That was me.
D-A-K. It was you?
Yeah.
D-A-K-U-C-H-I.
Oh no, I said D-A.
No, the way you spelled it was
space
right.
C. Oh.
Booze.
Listen, boys, I just sounded out.
That
and girl.
He's like a C-O-O-C-H-I-E guy.
Dio, what's
That's
up?
what I was thinking too.
Hey guys, I'm gonna need some help. I'm starting to spiral over here. I'm a diehard Colts fan, and Isaiah Rodgers looks like he was betting against the Colts, and it's gonna be like a massive suspension for him. Yeah, that's like its own thing. But I don't even want to talk about that because the Lakers are gonna re-sign D'Angelo Russell, and I'm screaming in my car. I mean, I'm freaking out. I can't watch another playoff game where this guy is fucking bricking 3-pointers. LeBron's about to leave. We're going to sign D'Angelo to a crazy long extension. We're going to end up like the fucking Mets with these old, inconsistent, bummy-ass players on these awful contracts, and we're going to suck forever. And I'm losing it.
Well, yeah, I honestly, D'Angelo Russell at first when he got traded back to the Lakers, he kind of was doing he was playing well.
Yeah.
Like he was playing very well. And then the playoffs happened and he was fucking awful. And then obviously all the memes of him after every game shooting after. You never want to be the guy shooting in the gym after the game in your uniform because that means you didn't play well. But yeah, no, I agree. That's
forever me.
I agree. It's not good. I wouldn't re-sign him because you're going to give him a crazy amount.
I think they definitely re-sign him. How much they're going to have to pay Reeves? You think? And Rui?
It just came out that they plan on.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyrie is off the table for them.
I think so. I don't think he goes to the Lakers. I think that he stays. I think he actually stays in Dallas.
You think
God,
they'll do?
Really?
I really do.
Yeah, I mean they invest in him already. I mean,
yeah.
It still surprised me how many teams are just dying to get him. It seems like,
bro, because he's an unbelievable player.
Of course.
And I understand he's a cancer, but maybe he's not. That's the thing. Sometimes you don't. He probably is. A lot of it's come out that he is. But sometimes you don't know the full story, and then maybe he wasn't.
How do you explain the track record though?
Oh, I know.
Mavericks.
This man.
But then why do people still want him all the time?
Because he's so talented.
He's talented.
If you're the Pacers, or some of these kind of nondescript teams, I can see taking a chance. But Jesus,
this man made Luka hate basketball.
Let's get to
Mark. In the playoffs, and then he joined the team, and
then he came and he hated it.
Mark hit his bet yesterday, so Mark and Philly,
swept
what's up,
him.
Dude?
Oh yeah, Mark had a good Philly bet.
Sup, fellas and Megan. Thanks for taking my call. I called in the Phils 4 different ways, like you just said yesterday. Hit all 4. My fellow chat boys were saying that made the Cubs a lock. Well, let's keep it going today. I do like the Phils again tonight, but I won't go to the same well. My favorite play of the day is Rays -1.5 on the run line. In the battle of the Zacks, I'll take Eflin over Davies. The Rays have covered in 12 of their last 14 wins on the run line. When they win, they usually take care of business. So the Rays -1.5.
Let's go, Mark. I have the same bet, buddy. Let's go.
Let's go through our picks fast. Megan, you go first.
I'm on the Astros. I'm on the Phillies. I am on the Angels. And then parlay just came to my phone. It's boosted plus 285, which is Pods, Rays, and Yankees money line, despite what Clemmer thinks.
Like it. Big F.
All right, so I'm on it already started. I tweeted out before. I'm on the Braves Twins over 10 right now. Going back to the Pirates today, I like Keller on the mound for them. And the Tigers Rangers over 9.5. Also, we got a hit parade, which is going to be Marcus Semien, Arraez, and Ellie De La Cruz. It's not priced yet, but we'll be tweeted out when it comes out.
Yeah, so I have my pick of the day is Luke Weaver under 15.5 outs. He's been really bad, especially this month. He's ERA over 10. He also doesn't pitch well at night. Houston money line. Rays, just like Mark had said, that run line -1.5, and I have the Marlins money line as well.
I have the Yankees -1.5. They have to win. Reds money line. I got Blue Jays, and I got the Mystics. I have them spread -5, not -240. Or -4, I think. I meant to say they're -4.
With that Marlins, Braxton Garrett has the ERA of 2 in his last 8 starts. He's pitching like an ace right now.
That is the show. We have the Yak up next. We're going to try and maybe have a show where Clemmer... I literally went into this show today. I said, you know what? I'm going to listen to what Clemmer has to say. I'm going to respect it like an adult. I don't think you can have a full conversation.
I don't think you can have a full conversation.
See, there you go. I listened to you.
I enjoyed it all very much. It was very entertaining.
I was calm today until you just said some things that were very dumb.
Well, you don't like Michael Stanton sucks.
We'll be back.
He does suck. Giancarlo Stanton sucks right now.
He's playing like Mike Stan for sure.
No, Mike Stan was awesome.
Yeah, Mike Stan.
He was good.
Michael Stan.
That's a show. We will be back tomorrow, and I believe Rico is back tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. Yak's up next.